I am a circle. I am healing you. You are a circle. You are healing me. United, we are one. United, we are one. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Sunday Morning Tea and Tarot. I'm Valerie Friend. You can find me at all the social spaces and on Patreon where you can support the work. Hi. Who's here? Hi, Erica. Good morning, Facebook user. Good morning. Do a little like and share of the video if you're called right now. We want to get the message out. But if you are seeing this, either live or in replay, this message is probably for you. So maybe you want to stop scrolling and give it a little bit listen. Good morning, Joanna. Good morning. Facebook users, you got to let me know your name in the comments because it's just saying Facebook user. Good morning, Logan. Good morning, everyone. How did you do with that new moon in Cancer over the last couple of days? How'd you do, babe? Do you have any of the feels?
I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Yeah. Weird. Do you want to share why it's a little weird for you right now? Or no?
Yeah, it's okay.
So, Amy's mom passed away. And so we're all here in Gloucester. We're doing a little family time. We're doing a little healing time. We're doing a little reset. Oh, good morning, Martial. Good morning, Jill. Good morning, Lori. Good morning, Casprit and Linda. Both of the Lindas, Lori Jodell and Linda Tomini. Sorry about that. So anyhow, I just want to hold space for the friend, family, as they process their loss, but also as they learn how to speak and communicate with their mother on the other side of the veil, because that can be a beautiful experience as well. Doesn't feel beautiful right in the moment. And we're going to see that for people in the reading today. It might not feel good this week, but it's worth the work. That's what I want to say. Everybody's jumping off now. They don't want to hear the message. So let's talk about the moon a little tiny bit. I want to show you that we are in this little tiny sliver of a moon. We had that deep healing new moon in Cancer, and now we have the sliver of building, and the energy is headed into Leo today. The moon energy, that is. Sun's still in Cancer. So you couldn't ask for a better way to start working on empowerment. And that's exactly what we're doing over in our Facebook group, Tarot for Real Life. We're doing a little empowerment tarot challenge, at least for the rest of July. Some of us are talking about going with it till Mabon, the second harvest. So come and join our empowerment challenge. Reclaiming ourselves is the best medicine, not only for our own lives, but for the highest good of all, for the healing of the world. So it's time to show up and be seen. A Leo moon is going to want that. Leo wants to be in the reflected light of the moon right now. So as we go into prayer, I want to take a few minutes. Hi, Tina Lindley. Oh, Martial says she's been extra grumpy lately. Just don't want to pout. Oh, we're going to meet you in the path, honey. We'll see you there. We'll see you there. Oh, good. Tina said she missed the disclaimer for the week, so she's going to still listen. So as we go into prayer this morning, I want us to take a few deep breaths. Deep into your belly. Make your belly poke out when you breathe in. And you might even want to release the next deep breath with a sound like a sigh or a harumph, whatever calls to you.
Aha breath.
Let your shoulders drop. Let your jaw loosen. I want you to really start to feel the cycle of healing. I am a circle. We are a circle. We claim the power of the circle. As we open the channel of divine love and light to bring forth this message for Sunday morning tea and tarot, I ask that our guides, angels, light beings, and ancestors show up, surround us with love and protection, and bring forth messages that are clear, concise, and actionable, delivered for our highest good, in fact, the highest good of all, in perfect love and perfect trust we ask. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is. Hello, hello, hello. Who jumped on? Did I get it? Jill. Hey, hey, hey. If you're a Facebook user and it just says Facebook user in the feed, put your name in so I know who we're talking to. So the Sunday morning tea and tarot happens in 3 sections: the swirl, the path, the illumination. And it's a rough one this week. I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie about that. But it definitely doesn't have to be as hard as we may want to make it. So stick around for the whole message. Just don't listen to the swirl. You're going to want to know some ways you can walk through it. We're going to start out. Oh, I am using the Muse Tarot by Chrissy-Ann Donnelly. I did a deck tour on this one and some card pulls. You might want to check it out. I'm really loving this deck. So that's what I'm using today. And you'll see our first card up is the wheel in reverse. We might be feeling a little bit behind the 8 ball this week. It's the slump we all get when we feel like Earth life is effing with us. Just FYI, tea and tarot can be a little sweary. So if you have littles, you might want to put your earbuds in. We begin with the wheel reverse, indicating there's a little sour with our sweet this week. Actually, there's a lot of sour with our sweet this week. But remember, all downturns in the wheel are for our learning. You know, I like to think about the wheel reversed as the things are looking up card, because usually when you see the wheel upside down, it's like, well, only way to go is up. That kind of thing. But it's followed by the 8 of materials. So in traditional tarot, this would be the 8 of Pentacles reverse. And it's warning us that cutting corners at this time is ill-advised. Avoiding the work, avoiding upping your skill level around dealing with the wheel of fortune and fate when it goes awry. That's our work this week. We are learning resilience. We are building our mastery around picking ourselves up, dusting ourselves off, and starting all over again. Because, and I want to say that I'm feeling this energy as a lot of, a lack of confidence, negative self-talk. Definitely, those are out there. We grab hold of you, at least grab hold of your ego and shake it up a bit. Because the last card in the swirl is the Tower. So it's Tower week, all right? I know. We'll get to some better stuff, I promise. So necessary change is the name of the game this week, my friends. And remember, if you deconstruct that shaky structure, any shaky structure in your life, you won't have to clean up after a total collapse. This is sort of the indicator, like, it's coming down. It's coming down. I only have this little floating rock to stand on, and all this is waiting to fall upon my head. That kind of thing. If you start disassembling the wreckage before it just falls down, you'll do far better. Remember, don't cut corners. Even if you're scared, like, take it on. You are going to be the mistress or the master of your fate and fortune. And how you're going to do that is by digging in a little bit, learning the lessons you need to learn, and deconstructing what needs to come down. But truth be told, friends, our tower moments are our greatest opportunities. They really point out, like, this cannot stand. This can no longer stand. And it doesn't feel good in the moment, but it is the birthplace of change. It's the birthplace of innovation in your life, of thinking about things in a new way. And it is also a chance for you to sift and sort through the lessons of your life to build a more solid foundation, right? What do you think? Oh, we have a bot. Sorry, guys. I don't know. I can't block it from StreamYard, so I'll have to do it later, or somebody can. All right, let's go on to the path. We're going to start it out with another 8. Remember, we had the 8 of materials over here. Starting off our path, we have the 8 of swords. Now, remember, the 8s are associated with the strength card in the major arcana. So this is a time to develop some inner strength, inner fortitude. Use your courage, but don't make things worse than they already are. The 8 of voices, or 8 of swords, it shows us beautifully in this card how our minds tend to work overtime, how they exaggerate problems to make them so big that we are absolutely paralyzed and unable to take action. In fact, she has a blindfold across her eyes. She is in the prison of her own making. And let me just say, tower moments are bad enough without telling yourself even scarier stories. Like, I've been doing the foreboding joy thing a whole bunch. If you're not familiar, pick up a Brené Brown book. And I feel trapped by these scenarios that I make up in my head that are worse than the actual things that happened. And then I drive myself crazy. So, crafting messages and anxieties that are far out of proportion, making it worse than it really is. We can actually immobilize ourselves with stories of worse instead of better. This week, we want to take off the blindfold and look discomfort square in the eyes. We're going to right size the narrative. You know, yeah, it's a tower moment, but is it the roof on the shed caved in moment, or is it whatever it is? I don't want to making it worse than it is. We're going for better, not bitter this week, because we have as our ally the Empress. And this is her season. She sits at summer solstice on the wheel of the year. I love the way she has the entire solar system in her womb area. Remember, most empresses are depicted as being pregnant. And I feel like we are pregnant with all these new possibilities. We are expecting galactical changes and upgrades. We are right sizing our fears so that we have room to envision a more perfect situation. Right? That's good, right? Doesn't that make you feel a little bit better? And let me just tell you who the Empress is dealing with this week, and therefore we are dealing with as well. The Page of Emotions reverse. So this is the Page of the of Cups reverse. And remember, we call her a spoiled brat. So, you know, um, I think we need to look at these two cards alongside of each other and say, what is fear telling you? What is the Empress telling you? And which one is your little page listening to at the moment? Reversed lens towards the fear side, and we want to coax her around into her upright vulnerability and openness and inquisitive nature. We want to feel all the feels fully and embrace our heart space. But right now we're just mad kicking our feet and having a little binky fit. So releasing ourselves from the stories of defeat actually opens us up to these amazing opportunities that are waiting to be conjured. But first, we're going to have to do a little healing of our inner children who have retained the memories of our own hurts, generational wounds, their own inability to manage their emotions appropriately. Maybe it just wasn't modeled to you how to not be a brat. I know that my mother put up with a lot more brat than she should have. So it's a little reparenting moment this week. What does your scared little kid need? Telling ourselves all the stories. And the Empress says, what do you need, sweetheart? Because we really need to get on to this expansion and growth work. So what do you need to help you feel better? What baggage from your first family is ready to be shaken loose and dismantled? Reparenting ourselves in the direction of resilience is a radical concept. The world needs no more brats operating unchecked by their higher selves. We really don't need that energy. So what are we going to do about it? How are we going to bring this all together? The illumination card is justice. Karmic alterations are being made this week, whether you like it or not. And sure, you might get stuck with a few pins here and there, but the garment of your integrity will fit you so much better. You'll feel so much more comfortable in your meat suit if you do this work of rebalancing. Quit making up the stories. Look for the ways to open up into opportunities for growth, and don't act like an asshole while you're doing it. Notice your brat symptoms. So I tend to be, and Amy, you can chime in at any time with my brat symptoms. I tend to be punishingly quiet. One of those people that said, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm just fine.
You
And
definitely have some tells.
I have some tells.
Yeah, like
what
when
one?
they talk in poker.
What one drives you craziest?
Well, I can't tell you because then you'll change your behavior and I won't know.
Secrets are being kept right here on TN Tarot. I just want you to know that. So I tend to get quiet. I don't take care of myself well. It's like I have this, I'll show them, I'll hurt myself, that kind of thing. I get a lot of headaches. The emotional tension causes headaches for me. If the weather gets gray for several days in a row, I get bratty. I get mad at Mother Nature. So immature. I also get way more resentful and judgy about things and people. So I want you to put together your symptoms list for your a little emotionally distraught brat girl, or boy, or non-binary. And I want you to list out the behaviors. What do you do when your brat is up in your face? I also tend to clean more than usual. Like I will scrub the resentment right out of my heart by actually scrubbing something physically. But what's on your antidote list? Like, how do you deal with your own emotional immaturity and tendency to direct your feelings onto others instead of going within and looking and asking for the healing that you deserve? So naps are one for me as an antidote, meditation. Soothing music helps a lot. I have to say, like, if I've got rats running around in my brain, putting on my Spotify, I have like a ambient meditation music or something like that. It's just like chills me right down. Journaling. Everybody should be journaling this season. Another one that I have for my little brat is we'll do the hardest thing first. Let's do the hardest thing first and get it out of the way. And then we can do the other things that are not so hard. In Chris Ann's companion book, which is very small and small font, I just want to say, she asks in the Justice card write-up, have I acted in alignment with my heart and values? And I think that that's a really good question for us to take into our week. I think it's a good question as we seek empowerment, with the empowerment challenge over in Tarot for Real Life. Ask yourself, what are your empowered values? Like, what values are you participating in when you feel empowered? How do you get that across? Oh, I'm going to have a hot flash. And what are the old stories about your self-possessing of power that get told over and over and over again? They become the narrative, the family narrative, the first family narrative, the social narrative, the social constructs. And, how can you sort of broaden those perspectives? I think these would be really good questions for us to ask in our journals. So, all right, friends, we're tearing down old perceptions. We're healing our self-worth. even though we've got some rotten business going on, even though it's tempting to just take the shortcut, even though it is tempting to just ignore what's going on, we're not going to be able to. And even if you're hanging on by your toenails right now, you're not going to be able to hang on much longer. The muse has been called in. Are you willing? Are you willing to do the work? Are you willing to have strength and resilience? Are you willing to address some of those bad behaviors that you exhibit when you're scared? Those are the things we're working on because we're bringing things into balance. Not equal, equitable, not stagnant and frozen, but movable, flexible, able to accommodate the ebb and flow, the ebb and flow of the wheel. These are all the things that we can be working on attaining, but it's going to take the work this week. And that's what I've got for you. Blessed be. Oh, who's in the feed? Who's in the feed? Meat suit. Are we channeling Hannibal Lecter? Tina, you're so funny. But you did say Amy is smart for keeping secrets, so I don't know about that. Okay, well, we've got lots of time for card pulls this morning. And I'm going to show you the decks that I have available. I brought out the Wildwood deck in case any of you are feeling sad that I didn't use the Wildwood Tarot for Tea and Tarot this morning. So I have that. Mark Ryan, John Matthews, Will Worthington is the illustrator. I also have the Courage to Heal, or the Wisdom for Healing cards by Carolyn Meese. So we could substitute that for Courage this week. Beautiful cards. And I also have, boom, the Guardians of the Night Tarot by MJ Cullinane. This deck tends to be a little deep and shadow worky, so you can pick a deck, you can ask a question, Amy calls who she's drawn to.
I can't see a feed at all, babe. So
you can't see a feed? Are you on Facebook?
I was on Facebook, but I'm on YouTube right now.
And you still can't see a feed. Well,
I'm just reloading.
Oh, look. Tina Lindley says, my staycation started yesterday through the 19th. Can you draw a card to help me guide my week? I would love to. I'm going to draw from the Guardians of the Night Tarot. Oh, and that one jumped right out. 3 of Pentacles, teamwork. And I'm really hearing, Tina, that a staycation can be where you catch up on all those little jobs that you've been wanting to do. But I want you to remember that it can be a lot more fun to call up a few friends and say, hey, you want to do a project together? I'll buy the pizza and the wine and we'll knock out this craft room and get it all organized or whatever. This shows you using your skills for your staycation. And I hope one of those skills is that you actually get to the cation part and not just the stay part. All right? That's what I've got for you, sweet girl. Oh, Samaj said, lovely message, especially the inner child and being with the brat while you're working on reparenting that child. I also like the bit about stepping into integrity, that everything is integrity. I highly agree with you, Samaj, but we often do see eye to eye. Maybe we'll pull a little wisdom for healing card for Samaj for his excellent analyses, CCs. Ooh, and this one's perfect for this week, Samaj. Identify change. Tower style. Today's lesson, identify one small change that you've been postponing that would improve your life. This could be anything from cleaning a drawer to getting a new hairstyle. Change symbolically can be frightening. Your goal to recognize that you postpone even small, insignificant changes because intuitively you know that they can ignite powerful ones. So making one small change every day could be a good way to shake up and dismantle that janky tower. Just one little thing. We're just going to clean up this one little area today, and then we'll progress to the next one. I think that this is a wonderful message for all of us. Thank you, Smaj, for being here and inspiring this card. Who else? Who else? Honey, do you have a question today? No, you don't have to have a question today.
No.
Jill Peters Dengler says, I'm considering a great big career change. Should I stay or should I go now? Guardians, please. All right, let's see what the Guardians have to say about this big career change, this great big career change. And I got two cards out at the same time. So Six of Swords is the first one, and that's the hard goodbye card. It showed up in protection, so make sure that as you go, you keep your side of the street clean. Do it cleanly.
Integrity.
Use your integrity, exactly. And then we have the Knight of Cups. So this is the romanciness of this great big career change. Maybe you need to take your dating relationship with this idea to a higher level. Let the Prince of Compassion fill you with all the why you should do it. Envision it. Let those sweet romantic words enter your ears. Say them out loud yourself. You can speak love sonnets to yourself. It's allowed. So first, make sure that you're ending things on a good note in your old space. But then a little, dreamy, maybe bigger than big. You're not going to implement everything right now, but you have to make the dreams compatible with considering a great big career change. You got to feel it in your heart before you're going to see it in your lived manifestation. That's what I have for you, sweetie. Who else?
Natalie, you got a question?
Yes.
Okay, what's your question, Nat?
I'd like to know if will I meet my goals this week?
Well, that's a yes or no question. Gonna take the Wildwood deck.
How about how can you meet your goals this week?
Yeah, that would be better because this is saying no, I'm not going to meet my goals this week.
Okay. Okay.
So,
how can I meet my goals this week?
What would help Natalie meet the most important goals? And it's the Three of Swords, honey. You're grieving. You let yourself feel your grief. You don't try to do your way through grief. You're going to have to feel your way through grief. And that might mean you don't get all your goals done. Sorry. She's never asking for a card again. Karen Campbell says, I'm facing pressure around my home budget. Should I stay and struggle with where to get it or put the place on the market? Okay, so you've got a little too much house for your pocketbook right now, and you want to know whether you should keep in the struggle or get it on the market. Let's just see. No, that was just me throwing down about 900 cards. Anybody else who has questions about selling property, this could be for you as well. Okay, so what I have for you is the King of Bows, the King of Wands, it's the adder in this deck. And I'm feeling a strong vibe towards, taking action at this time. So I am thinking that it is a good time to sell. So the King of Wands has that confidence, has that, charismatic personality, has a way of just inspiring, is a great leader. So I am going to venture to say that the realtor that you choose in this situation could make all the difference. You want somebody who is the king of action, not somebody who's going to hold you back. So that's what I have for you. It did fall out with the Ancestors card reverse. So expect a little nostalgia as you think about breaking up with this house. But really, it's the right thing to do. All right. Who is next? Oh, Amy DeGraw-Peterson says, feeling stuck today, stagnant and not motivated to change that which no longer serves me. Well, yeah, that's the vibe of the tribe, sweetie. How can we get you a little assistance is what I am wondering. So how do we antidote the stuckness? The lack of motivation. We do it with the Six of Wands. You just show up. Sometimes you have to show up before you feel it, and then once you get there, like me this morning for tea and tarot, I've been taking this new sleepy medication and it makes me feel a little groggy in the morning. And I was like, not feeling it. And then I was like, look, all you do is show up. You show up, you bring the message. So you show up today. Show up for yourself. If you say you're stuck and stagnant and not motivated, you will be stuck and stagnant and not motivated. With it being the Six of Wands, who are the people you can call today that help shake up your sticky stuckness? Who are the people who urge you to be your highest and best self? Who are your cheerleaders? Who are the ones who see you in your light? Because when you talk to those kind of people, as opposed to calling up somebody who will co-sign your bullshit, then you start seeing the movement. All right? I love you, sweetie. I can't wait to see you. Who else? Tina Lindley wants to know how about her chances of winning the lottery so I can buy a house on Skinny Atlas Lake like the one I saw yesterday. Oh my God, girlfriend, every time I come to Gloucester, we buy a lottery ticket just in case the fates want to make sure we get to come to Gloucester forever. So I'm totally hearing you. What are the chances? The moon. Only the great mystery knows. Oh. Fake it till you make it, Amy. Yep. And yeah, don't let people co-sign your bullshit. Like what that little brat, this little brat, I didn't put this on my symptoms list, but I should have. every time I want to call people who I can just commiserate with.
Be catty with.
Yeah, I
Did
can
you
be
hear blah, blah,
bitchy
blah?
and
I can't believe they
gossipy.
blah blah blah.
Yep. Yep.
Mhm.
I like to do this with my sisters. I don't think that they enjoy it as much as I do. I like to do it sometimes with my daughters, and I know they don't enjoy it as much as I do. So, my reparenting is like keep your bullshit gossip to yourself and find something much more
Zip it,
generous.
lock it, put it in your pocket.
Yeah, zip it, lock it, put it in vodka. Oh, who else? Carl Stonecutter wants to know, will I secure a financial settlement before the end of the year? Let me just have a look here.
Maybe he needs to change his questions from yes and no to something else too.
I am not seeing it happen by the end of the year. This is the 5 of Stones and it showed up reverse. So the 5 of Pentacles reverse. It's going to take longer than the rest of this year is what I'm getting. Ryan and Matthews named this endurance, and right now you're just sick of it. And I'm sure you are, like, no. Before the end of the year, I think is a stretch. I think that the release from the financial burden is coming, but it's just a little slower than you'd like it to be. Oh, Carl said that's what he felt as well. See, Carl, you got to listen to your intuition. She really is there for you. Who else? Martiel says I could use an affirmation or clarification card to go with a doubt card that I drew today for the week. Ooh, an affirmation or clarification. Let's go to the Wildwood Tarot. See what we get for affirmation or clarification. Queen of Stones, the Mama Bear card. This is you like really taking a stand. I don't know about your doubt, but my doubt would probably back down to the Queen of Pentacles, right? Because she's steady, she's earthy, she's going to protect you, she's going to nurture you, she's going to make sure that the windows are locked and the doors are closed and that the heat bill's been paid so everybody stays nice and warm. Or in this case, cool with the air conditioning. So your affirmation, I would think, and I don't know what your doubt card is, but would be, I am strong, stable, and able to handle anything that comes my way. Okay? That was a good question. I like doing affirmations.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay. Oh, hot flash, hot flash. Oh, Ricky Jean says that she would like a card. She's been tired this week, vacillating between allowing rest and pushing through to be more productive. Well, we were in the balsamic moon this last week, honey. No wonder you're tired. Everybody needs more rest during those last few days before a new moon. So vacillating between allowing rest and pushing through to be productive, I would take you back to the Justice card here. If the feeling is pushing through to be productive, that might not be as good as sort of, I'm going to do 10 minutes here. And in 10 minutes, that's all I can do. And then I'm going to rest. And then I'm going to do 10 minutes here. And then I'm going to rest. You've got to give yourself a more balanced approach. And I know it's hard because you have a little, but rest when you can rest. There will always be things to do. There will always be dishes to do and laundry to fold. I swear to God. Shoneen says I didn't pull for Ricky Jean. Let's see what we have from the Guardians of the Night Tarot. Sorry, I was just like spouting off my advice to you from the reading. Ace of Cups, you've got to fill your own cup. See, I was right, Ricky Jean. Ace of Cups, you know, being poured into by spirit is the antidote that you're looking for. You know, the refreshment of your soul is what you crave, not just purely sleep and rest of your physical body, but your soul is tired. So, are you going to push through with the checking things off your list, or are you going to carve out those times of meditation and reading inspiring things or listening to your favorite poem? Those are the kind of things that are going to recharge you, not just the actual rest. It's what you do with your rest that counts. Okay, Shawnee, a card pull for me, please. A card from the Guardian. There are a lot of backdoor deals happening around me. How will this impact me? How do I stay authentic to my journey? Well, let's see. Staying authentic to our journey is a really good way of putting it this week. And I've got 2 cards that popped out for you. So here's the deal. Queen of Wands reversed, pushy. I want this over. I don't like this. This is not my way of dealing with things. I think getting all up in people's grill is probably not a good way of handling this, because we have the 3 of Swords here showing up in reverse. You are still healing from that the former employment situation and all the upheaval that you've had in the last few years. And if you're speaking out of your wounds, things might not go as well as you had hoped. All right? Just saying. Tone it down. Be the Queen of Wands upright, confident, conduct yourself with integrity, do the right thing, heal people with your powerful ways of being, all those kind of things. Instead, don't get caught up in any of the bullshit that's getting thrown down. All right, friends, I think we've got everybody. And I'm going to get on to my Sunday, because I'm going to get on to my time. I'm going to get on to the cation part of my workcation. I love you. Let me just tell you a couple of things before I go. I accept tips through Venmo. If the reading spoke to you, you might want to toss me some coin. I am doing workation readings for fire season for $66, which is much less than my usual price. So message me if you would like to schedule an appointment. And last but not least, if you are on YouTube, subscribe and hit the bell so that you don't miss upcoming broadcasts. All right. I love you. We'll see you soon.